Hello to all my lovely subscribers. I thought I would start these videos with this monthly video with an introduction. I have been thinking, and I would like to also add something else, another layer to my YouTube channel. So I will still do my monthly readings. That goes without saying. My philosophy behind what I'm doing is that I hopefully am empowering each and every one of you on your journey to trust in yourselves, to follow your intuition, to follow what you feel is the right thing for you. I am all about empowering rather than being reliant on me, tarot readers, mediums, to make those choices and decisions for you. As you know, Spirit, your guides do not make decisions for you. The choices and decisions are yours, but they will certainly help you on your journey. They will help you along the way. What I was thinking of adding as an extra layer to my channel is I get a lot of inquiries, questions about reading the tarot, about connecting with the tarot. And so I thought that I would add lessons, I guess, classes for whoever is interested in using the tarot for themselves, learning how to connect with the tarot. A lot of tarot readers have got very different ideas about how you use a tarot. I have an interesting way of using a tarot is I use the visuals, but primarily I listen to what messages I'm being given by my guides, by the energies that I'm feeling and sensing for this particular month. The tarot certainly adds added information as well. So it's really about unpacking individual tarot decks that I have each channel, how to unpack a tarot deck, how to connect, how to build the energy in a tarot deck, how to read a tarot deck, different layouts that you can use when using your tarot, different ways of using a tarot, and the different messages, different things that they can mean in different layouts. So that's what I was thinking, but I would also really like to have your input. I was also thinking of having some live sessions where you can be an active part of that session as well and ask any questions that you may have. And I don't mean by that personal questions, I mean questions where the group can benefit, questions that are going to benefit a lot of people. So I wouldn't be answering, what choice do I need, what decision do I need to make, should I buy this, should I not buy this, should I move, should I not move. It's not a private reading session. It is a session of answering questions that you may have on your spiritual journey, on your growth, on your moving forward, generally just questions that you have. So I'm also thinking of doing that. If you have any other suggestions, any other ideas, then please leave them in the comment section below. If you're interested in this, I will do it if the demand is there, if there is an interest there. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, leave it in the comments section. Are you interested? What are you interested in? What sort of things would you like to see from that session with me? And anything else that you might like, questions that you might want me to answer. You might have different thoughts and different ideas. So it's about the input. And I read all the comments. I will make notes from those comments. And when there's enough people that want a particular topic or a particular thing explained, that's what I will do. So your input and your exchange is going to really be a part of how we structure this and how we move forward with it. I'm really excited about that because my philosophy, as I said, is about empowering you on your journey. That's what I really want to do. help everyone move on and be able to do this for themselves. You know, feel strong about trusting yourself. So that's what I thought I would do. Another thing I thought I'd do, I get a lot of questions about this screen that I've got behind me, and all you ever see is the bottom part of the screen. And so I thought I would show you the top part of the screen. So here goes. Here goes. Here are my beautiful cranes. They're just gorgeous, aren't they? They're just beautiful. It's quite a big screen, a lot of sections to it. And then you've got their beautiful legs. There you go. So you can see the full scope of my screen. That is my beautiful backdrop. So, okay. So let's connect with this exchange. Let's get moving with this next layer to my YouTube channel. Look forward to hearing your comments and suggestions as well. Hello, my lovely Scorpions. Welcome to your July 2019 reading. I hope this finds you well. This is a general reading for you, Scorpio. It's a reading for Scorpio sun, rising and moon sign. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign. Some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. So have a listen to those as well. This is a general reading for you, Scorpio. So if you would like a private reading that is going to be specific to you, you can follow the link below to my website and you can book a private reading from there. This month I've also got an introduction to this video. Please listen to that because there's some interesting information there on how I want to move my channel forward with your input. So have a listen to that in case you've missed it as well. So also, if you haven't subscribed, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, and that would be absolutely fabulous, that would ensure that you are kept up to date with any new videos that I post. So go ahead and click the subscribe button. That would be fabulous. So let's have a look at what's going on with you. I'm feeling, when I meditate on the collective Scorpio energy for the month of July, I get that there is going to be changes coming in for you, but there's a sense of a bit of reluctance about taking those changes on board, about looking at those changes and bringing them into your reality. So I also get with that a little bit of anxiety that's sort of simmering there. So let's have a look at that in a little bit more detail. But there is change coming, and the best thing to do is to embrace it and make it work for you, my lovely Scorpions. So let's have a look here. Let's have a look at your recent past. What's been going on with you in the last couple of months? You know, you have the Three of Pentacles here, and the Three of Pentacles is about moving on. It's about making changes, bringing in new abundance of finances, of love, of family, of happiness. You know, abundance is many different things, but there's also a sense of, if you've felt like you were doing this on your own, that's not the case. There is someone there, there is assistance there, and you need to ask for it. So if you're doing something, or if you're undergoing some sort of changes in your life, understand that there are people around you that are ready to help you. But there is a need for you to ask for that assistance. So ask for the assistance that you're seeking. Some of you have already transitioned through this particular phase because it is in the recent past, but I feel like the timing is going to be different, and I feel like some of you are still sitting in that sort of energy. So if there's any change that's coming in for the better, it's going to be ultimately for the better. You're going to feel better about that change. Don't forget to ask for help. Ask for the assistance that you're needing as well. That's going to be really important. So let's have a look at what's happening in July as we go through. You've got the King of Cups here. The King of Cups, which is your sign, really, isn't it? It can be male or female. Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. That's what this represents. So it represents someone that is in your life that is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or has those qualities, sun, rising, or moon sign. They're playing a big part in your month. I feel like they are certainly there, and they're someone that will provide emotional support. I'm hearing from my guides, you have to be the toughness that they show you is only for your own good, to get you moving, because I feel like a lot of you are stuck. I feel like a lot of you are in this sort of place where you're just having difficulty moving forward. There's a bit of stuckness that's going there, and this person here is loving, is caring, is nurturing, but there's a sense of this toughness there as well. It's that tough love, you know, of really, they're not just going to sit with you and tell you everything you want to hear. They're going to say it as it is, but it's this tough love to get you started again, to get you moving again. So where there's a little bit of feeling overwhelmed with emotions, down with spirit, because this can also represent you as well. Some of you, this is you, where you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed emotionally for whatever reasons. There's a sense of being overwhelmed emotionally, a level of stress that goes with it, an inability to move forward, to progress through this. So if you don't see a way out of this, there is a way out of whatever situation you're in, and for some of you it's going to be quite heavy, and for others it's not going to be as serious, but I just get a sense of you being lifted out. So there is assistance there for you by asking for assistance, asking for help. There is a way out to lighten your load, I want to say, to lighten your load, okay? That's being crossed with the Ace of Swords, and I always like the aces because it heralds new beginning. There's what have you learnt from this situation? It's what you've learnt from this situation that prevents it from repeating itself. If you learn this lesson, if you learn this challenge, you don't have to have it repeated. And so it's about finding that strength, that new, what have you learned? The air sign, swords, is about knowledge. It's about the mind. It's about learning. It's about developing new skills. So what new skills have you learned? What have you learned in these challenges that have been presented to you? And so how can you bring that into the future, bring that into the now, and move on to new beginnings without having to repeat that? It's made you a stronger person as well. So being a stronger person with that newfound knowledge. Also, for some of you, it's newfound knowledge in a new job, in a new career, in a new line of work. There's some newness about something here, okay? That it's going to bring in the changes. Is that why you've been feeling overwhelmed? It's this new work, this new learning that is involved in this is a little bit overwhelming, but there's assistance there, there's help there that you can ask for, which is going to help you, okay? You've also got the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is moving forward with wisdom. You've got the owl here. The owl's the most spiritual of messengers that connect us with higher dimensions. And when you've got the Page of Pentacles, it's about where do you want to move to? What do you want to do? What changes do you want to bring into your life, into your reality? How do you want to change? How do you want to do things differently so that it is nurturing you? It is bringing you that peace that you're seeking, that creating that reality that you're seeking, that's going to make you happy, that's going to make you emotionally balanced, that you're going to find that peace. For some of you, it's planning your resources. There's a planning of resources. Is there I want to say, is there a house sale or a move or a relocation happening here? Some of you are going to purchase a new car. There's some things that are going to happen that you're planning for, but you're planning for it and being very cautious about that. The way you're planning for it is being very cautious and it's really going to work for you. So that planning, you're thinking. You may be feeling emotionally overwhelmed, but there's a lot of planning and a lot of thought and a lot of thinking that's going on here that's changing your circumstance. And it's going to be different for all of you, but there's a change in circumstance. There's a deeper delving into who you are and who you want to be in July. This seems to be a common theme in July for a lot of signs. You know, you've also got the Page of Pentacles, but how that translates into your reality is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is about, it's about planning. It's about planning, but it's also about learning to use your emotions and your intuition. Learning to not look at just what you see. She's blindfolded. It's not just about what we see in our reality, but what does it feel like? What do you feel? Do you feel happy? Do you feel confident? Do you feel joyous? Do you feel like it doesn't sit well with you? Something's not quite right. So what is it? What are you feeling? So if you blindfold someone, all the other senses are increased. And so it's about increasing your other senses and really intuitively feeling your way into a new situation that you're moving into. How does it feel? Is this change that you're going to make in you and in your environment, does that trigger excitement and energizing you to move forward? Or are you feeling overwhelmed and not wanting to move? So really don't look at with your eyes, use your other senses to feel through and to plan moving ahead. That's going to be a really important thing to come into play for you in July. So make sure you use that. And it's also, because it's a water sign to a certain degree, it's also about going with the flow of what are you being presented with to make decisions about. Just go with the flow of it and don't try and force the issue or move ahead faster than you need to be. Just allow the currents to take you to where you need to be. That's going to be really important, because the next card for you is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is life's ups and downs. You know, and life isn't a wheel. Life is a spiral. Every time we go through an obstacle or a situation, we spiral to the next dimension and we become better people. We find ourselves in a better situation. Life gets better as we spiral forward through our lives. And so what you're experiencing here is simply the cycle of life. It's, you know, you have really good times, but then the wheel always turns. Situations change, and there's things that we review. When we're happy, when we're joyous, when we're comfortable, when we are comfortable, we don't grow as much as we do when we're given lessons challenges to overcome. That's when we grow. That's when we ask the hard questions. That's when we move forward with those things. Unless you're this great enlightened guru, the rest of us learn from what's been presented to us. What are we learning about ourselves? That never stops, this self-learning. So what have you learned? What are you learning about what challenges are being presented to you? This is something that you're going to come to realize in July. And if you're finding yourself in a difficult situation, know that the wheel will turn. It will get better. You will get through this. And it's about not forcing it, but just going with the flow of it. Not trying to control the outcome, just going with the flow of it. Not trying to control others around you, but just allowing them to be who they are and have the situation evolve. So that's what you're being asked to do and to look at here. For those of you that are wanting to change your job and move into something else, or leave your work environment because it's just not a happy place for you, put it out there. Really ask for what you want, and don't leave your job in a fit of anger, but rather allow it to evolve and look for something else. And when something else comes up, you can leave the place that doesn't make you happy and go into something that does. If you leave prematurely, what's going to happen is that you're going to jump into something else prematurely because you're needing the finances, and you find yourself in the same place. So really it's about letting it flow in July. Any changes of home or renovations or anything you want to do, just allow it to flow. Let it evolve. Let it evolve. That's going to be really important for you in July. So what we've got moving forward through July, you've got the Queen of Wands. Lovely is that. The Queen of Wands, there's someone around you that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, male or female, sun, rising, and moon sign. Someone that is very determined, someone that is can be very controlling, very determined, very passionate, doesn't tolerate fools lightly. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, doesn't tolerate fools lightly. This is someone that is around you. This is someone that is there, that is, you can actually learn a lot from, in the way they just find their passion and move forward with it. A word of warning here, though, is just watch that they don't take control and tell you what to do, this, do that. You know, don't do this, don't do that. You've really also, what the lesson you're learning here is to follow your intuition and do what's right for you, what sits well for you. That's really important here as well. And so this person is quite a foundation for you, quite a support for you, if you get them to that right place of where you want them, where you can, it's almost like a mentor, I want to say, for you. For some of you, this is the energy that's coming in for you. It's time to take charge. It's time to be, ask for what you want, be determined, and have an expectation that that is going to come about. It's about following your passion, following your life's path, following your life's purpose. This is what's happening in July, and that is what's going to get you unstuck. That's what's going to get you moving forward as well in July, following your purpose. That's what you're looking for. That's that stuckness. Really follow listen to your gut. What did you want to do as a child? What's the sort of person that you want? Who's the sort of person that you want to be? And how are you going to move forward with that? That's going to be really important for you. You've also got the Hanged Man, and that tells me that it's not going to be complete smooth sailing. I'm going to be honest with you in July. The challenge for you is to actually see things in a different perspective. Rather than looking at it from your point of view and you're not going to budge and this is how it is and, bear a grudge, be flexible. Change your perspective. The Hanged Man is upside down, and in being upside down, he can see the world always looks different. Stand in somebody else's shoes. Look at things from another perspective. And then you'll have a deeper understanding of what's going on, and there's not going to be the tension and the arguments and the battles that you're going to be experiencing. You're going to be able to really just flow through situations. The word for you is compassion in July, and really have an understanding of how other people might be feeling. Extending yourself outside of yourself. That's going to be a challenge. That's going to be a challenge here, because there's someone here that you're going to feel quite, well, no, they need to do this or that or the other. And you may be justified in that. But nothing's going to happen until someone makes the first move and there's a change of perspective. So that's going to be really important for you. You also have the Emperor here, and the Emperor speaks of being in charge of yourself, not others. We're talking here about changes that you're making internally, this self-exploration. Even the Hanged Man speaks of changes you make within. Changes you make within, really making those changes within yourself. And the Emperor is about having that self-control, having that wisdom and that guidance, knowing where you want to go, knowing who you want to be, and being confident in that, and stand strong in yourself. in yourself rather than trying to change your externals. Once you change the internals, your external will automatically change. So that's what's being asked of you in July. And the last card I've got here is the Five of Cups, and so that speaks of there is some regret somewhere with you. There is some regret somewhere on an emotional level. This is family, this is friendships, this is someone you've got a strong emotional connection with. There's some regret over something in the past. Something's happened in the past and there's regret there. And there's a tendency here to keep dwelling in the past, to keep looking at the past, to not letting that go. If you don't let that go, you're not going to be able to turn around and see that there's two cups, two upright cups that you still have. There's still something there to build on. There's still something there to move forward with. But unless you release all the emotions and everything that you're feeling about whatever's happened in the past, you're not going to be able to see what is still there for you to move forward with. So it's about, as I said, forgiveness and compassion and releasing what is no longer serving you rather than staying in that, because that is contributing to your feeling of being stuck, of things never changing, of not being able to move forward or not knowing where you want to move forward to. That's pretty heavy going for you, my lovely Scorpions. But it's that sort of month for you, and I've got to give you what I get in order for you to grow through this and what situations that life is showing you. Okay, I'm going to draw a card now from my Dreams of Gaia. Beautiful deck. To give me an overview of what's going on with you. Oh, there we go. What's going on with you. So you've got, so this is the triangle pointed upwards signifies fire sign, and it's the 8 of fire. This speaks of, so he looks like a phoenix. This is transformation. This is transformation. This is rebirth. And this is the month that is here for you. It's a month of rebirth. It's a month of transformation. It's a month of looking at what you need to release in order to move forward. Do you need to let go of an old job to be able to get to and find a new one, release the old to bring in the new? Do you need to transform yourself in some way, physically, mentally, emotionally? What do you need to release in order to bring new things in order to make that transformation? Do you need to sell a house and do you need to move because where you're living is no longer beneficial to you? It's something that needs to be released and move into something new. Is it? Do you need to paint a couple of rooms in the house to give you a sense of transformation, a new beginning, a sense of change? So this heralds change. This heralds transformation in attitudes, in the way you think, in releasing things from the past so that you can transform and move into the future and take on all the goodness that is there for you and that is coming for you in the future. Don't forget that through all this transformation there is assistance, there is help, there are people there that will help you, but you need to ask for it. You need to ask for that help. And you also need to always follow your intuition. That's really important. Tap into that intuition. So don't just look at things with your eyes and look at what is there and what's around you and what people have done, but feel into a situation. Use your emotions and your intuition to help guide you through the month of January. So I hope that this reading resonates with you, my lovely Scorpions. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and you can book a reading from there. Many, many blessings to you, and I will see you next month.